Greetings, Northeast Kansas. Daniel Byard here with Team Ringgold, Keller Williams, One Legacy Partners. So here we are again, January 8th, 2023. Yep, I know this one's coming out a little bit late. I had a very busy day today. It's actually 9 o'clock at night here and I'm recording this, but we're gonna get it out for you today. So I've got today's numbers and I'm actually surprised because I've noticed something new. We had our 30 years go down and our 15-year go up for our interest rates. Now, if you look here to the side of me, last week we had a 6.59 30-year. This week we've had a 6.52. That means it just dropped a little tiny bit, but I didn't expect that, especially when I see that our 15-year fixed went from a 5.95 last week to a 6.06. Now again, it only went up by a tiny little amount. However, they went in opposite directions, and that's not something we're used to seeing. What does that mean? To be honest with you, I'm not 100% sure. I looked into it today and I could not tell you a specific action or reason why 15 years went down, or sorry, the 15 years went up and the 30-year went down. But I expect next week we're going to see them both back on track together. All right, so moving on in. Next, we're going to look at actives. Last week we had 289 active and we expected to see more active this week. I'm actually surprised. We came down by 286 active. So we're just starting to crawl into that more active part of the new year, but I did expect to see actually more. And I actually told several of my clients, hey, this weekend is going to be the weekend we see more active listings. But I was wrong. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes, you know, we make a prediction and it turns out not to be correct. But as we move forward, it's inevitable. The listings will come. We put a bunch of new listings on our market, on our team this week ourselves, and I hope you guys are taking a look at them. Under contracts, on the other hand, last week we had 209 under contract. This week we're at 215. So under contracts went back up, which means buyers are back in force into the market. So where the number of listings didn't go up, the number of buyers actively looking after the first of the year did. Now that makes there's a bit of a strain for buyers again during this time before those other listings come back to the market, that we're going to see a little bit of a tighter fight. What does that mean for you? Well, it might be a little bit more competitive at this moment versus the last 2 weeks of the year. All right, solds, month to date. So the last time we looked at this, we were looking at a cumulative month to date for December of 2022. Now here we are at the first week, and when we talked about it before, we talked averagely we were seeing about 50 homes sell a week. Well, we only had 42. So 42 homes have sold so far in the first week of January 2023. Solds year to date, 42. I mean, that's same number, right? Like that's actually the exact same expectation. No worries. Actives. So in schools by district, active homes 501. 501 had 89 homes active this week versus 98 homes active last week. Makes sense because we see those number of actives did come down. We expect it to be coming out of somewhere. Days on market, however, stayed the same, 51. So they had 51 days on market. Last week, they have 51 days on market this week. I didn't dig into it too deep, guys. It's the first week of the year. I honestly expected to see different numbers. I won't lie. All right, Shawnee Heights. Shawnee Heights? No. 345, school district, sorry. Last week they had 20, this week they had 21. So that did go up by 1. That's not a phenomenal number, but it's moving in the right direction. Days on market, however, we went from 82 to 83. So the days on market also went up. Not a lot of movement going on this week. I really expected to see more, but we're just not there yet. 450, that's Shawnee Heights, I believe. I'll remember it one of these days, guys, I promise. Last week they had 11. This week, 12. Wow. My numbers are down here in front of me, guys, sorry. So went up by 1. Again, not a lot of growth, not a lot of movement. I want to see that momentum build here in the first part of January so we can get off to a very strong year. Last year we blew it out of the water. I really hope we do again this year. Days on market, they had 60 last week, 64 this week. So our days on market did go up as well. Now, that brings us to Washburn Rural, 437. That one I know pretty well because my kids live there. Me, my wife, and my kids all live in the Washburn Rural School District. So last week, Washburn Rural had 32 active, and again, the same 32 homes this week. There was no movement there. But the movement that occurred went from 72 days on market to 82. That indicates that there was movement. That indicates that something sold or something changed and a new listing came on and replaced it, but the days on market extended. Now I wonder if that means possibly that something expired and a new home came on, but that expired changed those numbers. The math works out where something sat longer than expected. Maybe they relisted something that had expired last week. That's kind of what we're talking about. All right, expired year to date. So far this year, 6 homes have already expired. I don't know if that means that they're just people that extended an extra week to see how the first part of the year got them, or if they actually anticipated expiring first week of the year. But we've already had 6 homes expire this year. And same thing goes for withdrawals. 6 withdrawals for this year. Those numbers being identical, I looked into it to make sure they weren't the same 6 homes. They're not. So 6 individual listings expired and 6 individual listings were withdrawn from the market under the actual withdrawn tag so far in the first 7 days of 2023, which when we look back to last year, all of last year we had 38 homes withdrawn. We had 79 homes expire. So we're really kicking off the year really hard, but at the same time, most of those numbers sat pretty stagnant through all of the year last year and really built up in late December. So early January and then again in late December is when we see those kind of numbers hit really hard, because a lot of people noticed last year that homes were selling really fast. So there was no reason for one to expire unless it was totally listed incorrectly, where you had either too high a price or too many restrictions, or it wasn't in a desirable area. Those kind of things made homes expire, but the actual movement of the market precluded most of that from happening. All right, guys, well, hey, again, this is Daniel Byard, Team Ringgold, Keller Williams, One Legacy Partners here in Topeka, Kansas, giving you your market updates. And I hope you guys have had a wonderful first week of 2023. Y'all have a great one. Bye-bye. Hey guys, Daniel Byard here. Just a quick note, I want to catch up with you guys. If you like this content, please feel free to follow us on all of our platforms, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. Anywhere you can find me, you can find more information about what you're looking for in the housing market. All right, guys, as always, y'all have a great day.